I got the Shadow Collar to level 40 in LEGO Fortnite Expedition, so here's all the best upgrades to take. If you saw my last Shadow Collar video, you already know how OP Shadow Collar is. But now with the new Phase 3 upgrades, this class is even more overpowered. So for our upgrades, starting with Dark Energy, we're going to take Vast Shadows, which increases our energy limit, and then we're going to skip Shadow Speed. Then for Phase 2, we're going to take Hungry Shadows, which gives us faster energy generation. Now in Phase 2, we are eventually going to take Healing Flight, but I would take that absolutely last. Then for Phase 3, we're going to be skipping Threatening Flight, and we're going to take Vaster Shadows and Hazardous Flight. Vaster Shadows just increases our energy limit even more, but Hazardous Flight is actually really good. So what this does is if you run out of energy, it starts converting your health into energy and you can use your abilities for even longer. Moving on to the Command Shadow upgrades, we're going to take everything in Phase 1 besides Wisdom of Shadows. Untamed Shadow just increases damage, Slipstream Shadow just reduces energy usage, and then Shadow Blessing basically regenerates energy if you miss with your abilities. For Phase 2, we're going to take Shadow Stream and skip Shadow Blast. If you saw my last video, this is actually the secret sauce for the whole hero class, which makes it do insane amounts of damage. So for Phase 3, we're going to skip Shadow Boon and take Shadow Pact. This will just increase our ability damage even more when we're at low health. Moving on to Dark Flurry in Phase 1, we're going to take Focused Flurry, skip Shielding Flurry, and take Sustained Power. Moving on to Phase 2, we're going to skip Shadow Salve and take Siphoned Energy. And then in Phase 3, it's the only thing we can get, but we're also going to take Flurry Overload. Now, these upgrades aren't bad, however, I would focus them after the Shadow Command upgrades and after the Dark Energy upgrades. Then for One with the Shadow, we're actually going to take both Shadow Apprentice and Return from the Shadow. However, Return from the Shadow is pretty good, but it's not as good unless you're playing Expert Mode, so I would recommend taking this last because it does take 9 points. Moving over to Phase 2, we're going to take Bigger Bombs and Shadowed Squadron. And then lastly, in Phase 3, we're going to take both Cheaper Bomb and Shadow Mastery. When it comes to what sort of runes you should have on your weapons, I recommend mostly ability damage. I have these Gem Dual Daggers that have 2 different ability damage buffs on it that stack, and critical chance, so my abilities actually have a chance to crit as well. Then as far as gadgets, I would take 3 of the Stamina Strikes. Now there is a version that gives you ability damage and armor, but I prefer the Stamina. But if that was helpful, be sure to follow for even more LEGO Fortnite content, and if you're not already supporting a Fortnite creator in the item shop, be sure to use code EPICBRICKS.